Happy mid-morning, guys. Well, it looks like it's going to be a busy Tuesday. God knows. Want to give you a little update on something I talked to you about last Thursday on the whole deal with what was going on in Oregon regarding the farmers and dairy farmers, ranches, gardens, agriculture, the whole nine yards. Now, by no means am I going to be arrogant enough to say that my video had anything to do with it, but I think a combination of maybe mine and Yanisa TV's and all the other publications that now, over the weekend, have started to raise hell about this, maybe made some sort of difference. I know in reading the comments on the nearly 200,000 people that watched the video I posted on Thursday, and the nearly 750,000 of people that watched Yanisa TV's video, I'm betting there were a few phone calls made to the Oregon Department of Agriculture, maybe your state representatives, the governor's office, whatever. Because there was an interesting headline that came out this morning, and I will link this below, stating, Oregon's Agriculture Department reverses burdensome requirement on small dairy farms. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. Maybe the people got pissed off enough to finally tell Oregon to shove this stupid law up their ass. Okay? At least so far, small dairy farms across Oregon are no longer going to be subject to this idiotic state policy that said that they had to get water rights, et cetera, because they had a cow or three or whatever. Read this. It put them in direct conflict with the major ag producers of milk, dairy farms, and the dairy farmers no longer have to limit themselves on the amount of water that they use, on the amount of irrigation that they have, on putting in separate septic systems because these idiots came out and said, oh, gee, the cow manure is getting into the water supply, everything. No, okay? You look at anything that is going on in farming whatsoever. Look at your commercial farms. It is over and over and over and over and over chemicals getting pumped into the farms, okay? And gee, what happens? Well, that's okay. The ground filters it, and as soon as it goes back into the aquifers and the wells and everything like that, it's already been filtered and the chemicals are out of it. No, that's not true. However, when you talk about cow manure or anything else which is natural, which is organic, hey, Oregon, let's think about this, okay? Cows eat grass. They process it through 4 stomachs. It comes out as cow shit, and it biodegrades, unlike chemicals, okay? So the water, the aquifers that they're bitching about are much more purified with the cow manure, which, I don't know, happens to be great use for fertilizer for the gardens. It's one of those, let me use that other term, renewable resources that we have, okay, that can be used again, because now that's how you grow vegetables, because manure happens to be a wonderful farm amendment, garden amendment. Interesting how that works, isn't it? Now, let's think about what Oregon was trying to do, and let's think about what the people stopped. Producing our own food, okay? Now, you don't have to have a license to use more than 5,000 gallons of water for irrigation. I'll give you this. You live in the suburbs. You live in a small homestead like I have, okay, if you get a water bill, go look at your water bill and see how many gallons of water you use a month. Just for simple things like cooking, bathing, washing, whatever. 5,000 gallons of water is nothing. The average shower takes about 10 to 15 gallons of water. How many showers do your family take a day? Let's say you're a family of 2. Well, there's 20 to 30 gallons a day. Now, let's say there's 30 days in a month. That's around 600 to 900 gallons of water a month just to shower. Okay? So 20% of the water that you're using, or that they wanted laws against, and ridiculous expenses added to, buying water rights, okay, you use just to shower. How much do you cook with? Wash your clothes, wash your dishes, drink water. Oh, and now let's add this onto irrigation, okay? I mean, this got to the point where you had these farmers to keep daily records of how much water they were supposed to use. Had to pay fines of $10,000 if they didn't comply on those daily records. How much water do you think you need to water a few cows? I don't know. That might be a little bit. Okay. It's interesting that the Department of Agriculture refused to comment. They just quietly put this behind them, okay, and said they won't do it for the dairy farmers. They have not come up and said that they're going to stop on the gardens, the farmers, the vegetable fruit producers, or anything like that yet, okay? And they've also haven't come out and said that they would never enforce this policy, okay? They're ceasing it at the moment. That they're saying that this is just a temporary backing off of the policy, but that they still have the power to enforce these requirements if they want to. Now, of course, very quickly after this all came out last Wednesday, Thursday, when myself and others talked about it, you had lawsuits filed all over the place. But this is the point, guys. We need to stop being the silent majority. When we get loud, we put these liberal idiots in their place, and they go, oh crap, they're going to come after us. No, it ain't torches and pitchforks. It's going to be, we're going to throw your ass out. And then your power, that oh so precious power that all these bureaucrats want, that's what they're afraid of losing. They're not afraid of losing anything but their power. And I want to remind everybody, we're the ones that have the power, not them. And this, to use Charlie Sheen's comment, winning. Pinball out.